Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we actually ended up getting a surprise update here within Warzone with some new patch notes, including some new weapon changes. There have been some kind of obvious standouts, to put it bluntly, to start Season 4 Reloaded here, and they've gone through, they've adjusted a couple of things, some new bug fixes, some new meta updates, and weapon balancing updates as well. So we've got our Tuesday, July 8th update. This is just going to be an update requires restart sort of deal here. So you go through, update requires restart, do that cycle, you're good to go. No full-on download required for this or anything. It's not a major title update or anything like that. But as we go through all the patch notes here, keep in mind each and every single day I got you guys covered with all things going on in COD. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you guys enjoy this video as we go through all the update notes here, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. First up here in Havoc Royale, we've got some new notes for the LTM. The Melon Heads modifier will no longer activate in Circle 4. This was kind of crazy. I have dropped players so insanely fast with guns that are so insanely not good because of that Melon Head activation there, where their headshot multiplier goes crazy. Crouch, Potato, and Make It Rain modifiers activate slightly more often. The Charge, Jump, and ICU activate slightly less often. So you'll have some mix up there if you've been playing the Havoc Royale LTM. They'll be changing the modifiers up with this. In ranked play, the portable redeploy drones are now restricted for ranked play resurgence, so you will no longer be able to go through and use those. Then we get our weapon updates here. So reduced visual recoil while shooting using 2, 3, and 4 times scopes on BO6 guns. That's interesting here. We want to improve the overall usability of optics, especially at long range encounters. Our goal is to make it easier to track and stay on target when engaging at longer ranges. So some potential 3 and 4 times scopes that we don't use a ton of right now might have just gotten even more effective. I think it's going to be a scope by scope basis, if you will. Some will be ideal, some are still going to be a little bit wonky, and a lot of it's preference at the end of the day with optics. You might really like this reticle, but then hate a different one that other players really enjoy. So find a scope that works for you, rock that, you're good to go. They also reduced optic strafing movement on MW2 and MW3 weapons. That's nice to see there as well. Then we get into actual weapon balancing here. So on the aims, maximum damage range increase, so its first damage range is going to be out a little bit further. Its medium damage range is out a little bit further. Headshot multiplier also increased. The aims has some of the best in class handling, but has struggled to carve out its role. We have extended its damage ranges and improved its headshot potential to align it closer with other ARs in the class while preserving its handling to offer a unique playstyle. So the aims is going to be a little bit more effective there now. Hopefully it's a little bit more usable. It really hasn't been a standout option this year at any given point, so hopefully this does make it a tad bit more competitive. The GPR max damage range also increased, so that's even better for sniper support now. Medium damage range 1 also increased. Lower torso multiplier buff, ADS speed improved. GPR 91 is a good sniper support option, but its punishing lower torso penalty has held it back. We have increased the lower torso multiplier and pushed out its damage ranges to make it more competitive against other options in the class. Again, just nice to see there more competitive sniper support choices. This should hopefully help it be on par with the FFAR a little bit more. That's sort of the king of the sniper support category right now. That, the MCW, the M13B I'm going to be covering here pretty soon. That one's pretty nice after some of the updates as well, so that's a nice buff to the GPR. The Kilo velocity buff here a little bit. The Kilo has been a reliable pick but struggled against other ARs at mid to long ranges. We're increasing its velocity to improve its hit consistency, so Kilo hit detection is going to feel a little bit more consistent now, if you will. It's an easy to use straightforward rifle. I don't think the damage needs to be all that crazy on it when it's as easy as it is. Kind of balances it out there, but the Kilo is going to feel a little bit better over longer ranges now. We also see another Krig update. Lower torso, arm, and leg multipliers decreased a tad bit. Recoil during sustained fire was also adjusted, so the recoil is going to be a little bit more noticeable. Extended Mag 2 has been reduced from 70 to 60, so that's going to be notable there as well. The Krig C was outperforming at range due to its ease of use and having one of the best extended mags in class. To balance this, we have increased its recoil during sustained fire, decreased extended 2's size, and added additional penalties when landing shots outside of the upper torso or head. Now, to land long range shots with the Krig, you'll have to control the recoil and be more precise with your aiming. I think this really just makes Gunfighter more worth it in this case, right? Having 8 attachments as opposed to 5. It is still a strong choice, just one that rewards accuracy to achieve its full potential. And then we get the big one here. The DM-10 has been dominating the Warzone meta as of late. However, there's an asterisk here. There's some things you might want to look out for. But the DM-10, arm multipliers nerfed, lower torso and leg multipliers nerfed, velocity nerfed, ADS speed also nerfed. They say Since Season 3, we have refined the Marksman Rifle class to give each weapon a distinct role. The DM-10 has excelled, but its strength in certain scenarios has outpaced the rest. In this update, we are reducing its velocity while slowing down its ADS time and adding harsher penalties when not hitting the upper torso or head. The DM-10 will remain strong in skilled hands, but requires more precise shots to achieve its strength now. We will monitor how it goes and adjust accordingly. But that's all they did for the Marksmans. The TR2, as we just talked about the other day, is better than the DM-10. It's got a better range, a faster TTK, so if you were using the DM-10 before, you probably just want to switch over to the TR2. There's also another sleeper weapon that you may want to look out for as well that I'll be covering in a video here very soon that's also really, really dominant. But the DM-10 has been spammed like crazy the last few days since Season 4 Reloaded, and the slight Krig nerf that we got there, it was like this before the update as well, just people weren't really catching on. It was nerfed though, so it will noticeably be worse than before. I think the velocity, the ADS speed ones are things you'll definitely feel right away. Then obviously just depending on where you're landing shots will be whether or not it's going to feel worse as far as damage goes. If you're consistently hitting center mass though, it's still going to be a strong choice. We also have a couple of bug fixes here as well before we jump over to the Trello. Fix an issue causing a crash when editing a loadout in the pre-match lobby. Fix an issue that would cause a blank interface to appear when attempting to create a new loadout. An issue where the respawn timer in Havoc would show a -20 after respawning. An issue where unlock requirements were missing from some sprays. Then also an issue with the cranked modifier countdown timer from fully displaying there. Like I said though, we do also have some other things to look out for. The devs have detailed a few other incoming updates. So on the COD updates Twitter over the past day or so, they have posted a few new things here they are investigating. Initially, they say within Zombies and BO6, we are investigating an issue where players who defeat Mo with traps in the Abomination Challenge LTM do not receive their expected rewards. So just a heads up, if you're trying to cheese that, make that fight a little bit easier with the traps, it might bug out and not give you the actual credit for it. They also say within the general Call of Duty app, they're investigating an issue where some players may encounter an invisible cursor when prompted to accept the new privacy policy on PC, where you just can't actually see where you're clicking at. So that's a little bit annoying, but nothing too crazy there. They're also investigating an issue where explosives in hardcore modes are doing less damage than intended in Black Ops 6. Pretty important one there for sure. Obviously, if you're spamming explosives, you expect them to do a lot of damage, but they've been weakened as of late, so they're looking into that. We also have a few updates on the Warzone Trello. So here, in addition to the general patch notes we just saw, they did move the ability to customize your loadouts in the pregame lobby countdown to resolved, so the crashing issue that was happening there should be fixed now according to the Trello. They've also added a few new things here as well. Within ranked, they're looking into supply drops not dropping weapons. People open chests, you're hoping to get, a quick little SMG AR, get into the fight and get your SR, and it doesn't give you a weapon, and you're just completely chalked at that point, right? So that's definitely a big bug there that they got to get on top of. Hopefully that one is resolved here pretty soon. They've also gone through and updated here that they are investigating an issue causing some MW2 thermal scopes from functioning properly. So if you're using MW2 guns, specifically ones that you have thermals equipped on, you may run into some issues there as well with those not actually functioning. But all right, now we also have some Black Ops 6 update patch notes as well. These were a little bit delayed as opposed to the original Warzone ones that we just covered, but now we have these in addition. So global updates address an issue where some unlock requirements are missing from some sprays, an issue with some incompatible attachment text with the Olympia special weapon during a match as well. In multiplayer, they address an issue where the Commando default class would not have an extra lethal. Score streaks address an issue with the RCXD where players would be revealed when using an RCXD. Party ops addressed an issue where the zone markers would sometimes display incorrectly. Addressed various stability issues. You already know we got to have those in the patch notes. And then in Zombies and Grief, they addressed an issue where the objective marker was not displaying correctly when inside a capture zone. LTM adjustments in Abomination Challenge reduced the amount of damage Mo takes from a trap. Addressed an issue where Mo could sometimes take a large amount of damage when spawning near the player. Challenges in the Abomination Challenge addressed an issue where killing Mo with the trap would not award the Abomination Challenge completion. Okay, so that was actually on the Trello. They've now fully gone through and fixed that. And then UI addressed an issue that prevented some players from interacting with the Arsenal machine. Some surprise patch notes, some surprise meta updates here. Honestly, pretty solid patch notes as far as the weapon balancing goes, buffing a few other rifles to hopefully make them a bit more competitive and nerfing a little bit some of those top outlier options here. But that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.